All right, good morning. Unbelievable. It is day 12 and it's 6:20. Gabrielle was right about 20 minutes ago. Still haven't figured out how she's doing that. The bear cancer is just killing me in terms of stuff in my pack before I even get out of the tent. I got to figure out a way around that. It's embarrassing. Whoa. So today, we're going to drop a total of about 2,000 feet today over 9 miles. In 3.5 miles, we come to the river crossing. This is actually very significant for us. If we don't do the river crossing on this bridge, then we have to kind of hike up 1,000 across, which is supposed to be really beautiful, and then you drop down. Well, it's not that far in mileage. It takes about 5 hours, and it's really going to stress our food situation. And we're bushwhacking, so that's when I usually get hurt, because you're climbing over trees, you're tripping, and it's all sorts of bad stuff. Why it's a big deal is because the bridge is officially closed, at least by the PCT, part of the U.S. Forest Service, because it's kind of broke. It's twisted a little bit. So we were like, hell no, we're not going to take this thing right. Especially after a picture somebody posted on Facebook, I don't know, a month or so ago. But we've talked to a number of different hikers who are going south who've crossed it. Yeah, almost every hiker, which I think could be biased because the people that aren't taking it would have taken a completely different route and we would not have seen them.
Well, but even before we got to the Bishop Pass, alternate, everybody was saying.
Yeah. So the clincher for me was when we talked to this gal who is I'll say zero bravado, really like a normal person. She did say, yeah, man, we kicked butt going over the bridge. It was like a near-death experience. It was just like, no, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not a special hiker or anything like that. That's kind of how it sounded to me. And then even couples, they're doing the PCT, one of them in particular today, either crossed it this morning or last night. So we're going to give it a go. I'm not going to video it because I don't want to sensationalize it, because it's actually a very serious thing. I'll show you the bridge and everything, and then we'll do our check-in and our Garmin after we get on the other side, and we'll have our official breakfast then. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So we'll get there, I don't know, probably just over an hour. We'll get to the bridge, I would think. We're hiking pretty fast all downhill. Skeeter, it's too cold. We slept pretty good last night. It got freaking cold last night, but it was really warm when we went to bed. Even I went up to did a nightly call, came back in, it wasn't that cold. So I decided to put everything on anyways. And then I kind of wake up at night, I'm like, man, it's cold outside. But it was not freezing though, because our water did not freeze. But I thought, well, man, maybe it almost reached freezing, but no, it didn't. So that's it for today. We're just hiking in this valley, so I probably won't take much video unless we see like the raging stream type stuff. All right, hike on. Oh, we got some signage. Oh no. Another sign about severely damaged. Yeah, I don't even want to read that. Okay, Evolution Meadow.
So there's an alternate to take.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, but we're not.
I'm assuming we're taking the normal one.
Yeah, I mean, this is those are 2 trails here?
Yeah, so if the water level is really high, they tell you to go to the meadow and cross it sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But it's technically a restoration area too.
Okay.
So they don't really want you over there.
Yeah.
The hard part is there's no comments and far out as far as what people are taking. So.
Well, the meadow, it looked pretty flooded yesterday.
Yeah.
You can tell this trail's not as worn though. Okay, all right. That's the second bridge warning thing. It's really not. I don't like to read that. Anyways, hey, the other thing I forgot to mention was where we're going today is the Muir Trail Ranch, MTR for short. And we're going to resupply there. We can also resupply like the day after to another place. It's off of Edison Lake, VVR, Vermilion Valley Resort. VVR, yes. That's crazy, man. Anyways, what's special about MTR, there's our buddy Chris from Atlanta who we met on the Tahoe Rim Trail. Sent a barrel there of food, but his schedule was so incredibly tight, and with all the unknowns of this trip, he decided to do the Tahoe Rim Trail again this year instead of joining us. Or not joining us, we probably would have seen him and hopefully hiked it with him, but we really don't know. Oh yeah, there's the meadow. We made the right choice. I think that little stream over there is probably the trail.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, so he has a resupply barrel there, and he told MTR, contacted him and said, hey, Craig and Gabrielle, that barrel is now theirs. So we have a ton of food, and anything else that he has in there, we have access to. So we've also heard that the hiker box barrels at MTR are incredible. So we're anticipating fully resupplying, spending very little dollars, which will be fantastic. So that's another reason why we're going to MTR today, and why we're hiking 9 miles. And we're gonna try and relax a little bit. We're both pretty tired. Yeah. You know, it's been really hard.
I just want to get over the bridge. It's like the last mental
Yeah, it
thing.
is the last mental thing. We've done the highest passes that we're gonna do. The most snow I think we're gonna do. So we've really conquered everything, which is this time of year, for this particular year, I'm pretty proud that we were able to do it, because it's been pretty difficult. So, hike on. So it's not really a great video, but that's the river right there. I don't know where the lower trail is supposed to go, because my guess is that that's the trail, like right here. This is the stream. I don't know, but that's just crazy, man. So we made the right choice doing this. Yeah, 7 a.m. in the morning. There's 2 of these. We had to cross one right there. And then we have to cross this one. It sucks. You're wet at 7 o'clock. Yeah, that sucked. I only showed you the first 2 we had. We had 2 other ones, but they were big logs. They were dry, so we went over the logs. I'm not a big fan of logs anymore, but I have my normal glasses on, not my sunglasses, so I have really good like 3D. My sunglasses, you know, they're prescription progressives. The 3D thing is just slightly off on those. So when I take a step, you know, I know there's a rock there, and I'm pretty sure how far away it is, but it's never exactly what I think. And it's kind of hard when you're jumping boulders and stuff like that. Your brain adapts, you know, after a few minutes wearing them, but you can still tell something's not quite right. It's really a bizarre experience. So if I have a really dicey, like going over a log, or this wasn't dicey, but assuming it was something really technical, I'll actually switch out my glasses, especially if it's in the afternoon. And it makes a difference. I hop logs like I was, 20 years younger. So, we don't know if we have to cross anymore. We don't want to say never. There's a big stream right here, but that's the actual Evolution Creek. Uh-oh, I think we got a... Oh my gosh. No. No way. I'll have to show you this. So Gabrielle's doing some verification to see if there's an easier way, but clearly this is the trail.
Maybe this is the trail.
And that's it. Oh, you're not sure if it is? There is a trail over there.
We're at... It's not telling me the correct location of where we're at.
All right, well, give it a minute. I will get back to you. Okay, the official trip.
It might be shallower right here.
Okay, Gabriel says there's another spot here. Okay, I'll go. Want me to go first?
Sure.
I usually go first on these, so she has a gauge of how deep. Got expectations. Okay, I'm gonna go.
All right. Oh, that's nice and mucky here. All right, this is Evolution Creek. We gotta cross this before the bridge. This feeds into the river that goes under the bridge. So just think about this river times 2. So we chose to cross here instead of over there because it looked a little shallower, but clearly it's still deep and it's morning. So if you cross this in the afternoon, it could be steeper. But you know what? He made it across. But it's probably gonna be up to short height for me. Woo!
Here she goes. She already told you that this is the little river that's flowing into the big river. Why we need a bridge to go over the big and the little, which will be even bigger. That's probably gonna get really, I think she's gonna feel the coldness here pretty quick. Woo! Oh, it's getting cold. Oh my gosh. It's free, I'm so by legs. This would be great about 3 o'clock or so.
Yeah, 3 o'clock's probably higher though.
Oh, that's true. It's going to be higher. That would be.
Yeah, look at, see?
That's true. The recent, it's about that's going to be waistline probably. Oh man. All right. Well, let's see what this sign says.
Trail.
That's probably what it says.
Right there. Yep.
Oh, they're saying, just in case you're wondering, yeah, that is the trail. Okay, there's another sign up here. All right, okay, G. All right, so you see that? Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, so we actually crossed at a really good time in the morning because with all the snow melt, the rivers typically, not always now, but they typically you have to get higher. There were reports when the water level was really high, somebody floated their pack across on their air mattress across the river while they walked across. Yeah, that's kind of what can happen. A bit of a waterfall there. It's coming down. There's a canyon it was in too. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, our bodies are cold right now because it just went over 7 o'clock, so it's still really early. Everyone's getting a good picture. Notice the camera she's got. Classic film camera. This is still the little river. And we're getting the sunshine. Woo, starting to light everything up for the back country. Wow, I can hear it coming. Oh, and the sun's just on my back. Woo! See the mist shooting up. Woo! Is actually kind of significant. If we were not gonna do the bridge, and what we do is what's called the up and over. We'd have hiked up here, you know, gone over this, and we would have not made the river crossing. Right, somehow we would have bushwhacked. We got to bushwhack up, and we go over, which would be pretty cool up there. And then we'll come down on the side of the river that we're gonna, you know, when we cross coming up. So we've chosen solidly not to do that unless when we get to the bridge, we're like, no, this is just there's no way we're doing it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Other option, some people said that, well, why don't you just stay, you know, like on that side of the river all the way down? And people are like, I don't think you really realize what you're seeing. And this is what they're talking about. There's walls right here, and that would be really risky as well. I saw one mosquito out. That's a canyon wall. Woo. Down into the canyon. Deep.
There's a waterfall over here.
Alright, that's the river down there. It's going to get bigger. So it's going to join then.
That might actually be the San Juan right down there.
The San Juan?
The north.
San Joaquin, you mean?
San Joaquin, yeah, whatever. The sand.
Look at that water coming down there. Up into some other valley here. Well, there's a cool picture. So those of you that know me know I like gin. And this is a juniper tree, and it actually has some berries on it. I'm not gonna take any though, but man, very tempting. Oh, just gonna grab one. They smell like juniper.
I feel like my nose is so cold I can't smell anything.
Ah!
We'll see.
Well, we're starting to get into the aspen trees, that level. We're probably, yeah, we're below 9,000 now for sure. So that's the canyon that we're gonna be hiking down for a while. Man, so that up and over, we would still be over at the top. So we'd be hiking at the top of that. People said it was pretty epic up there. The problem is you gotta come back down. Yeah, I was talking to G. So if we did do that up and over, you know, we'd be coming up over the top of the other side of this, and then we'd be hiking up here. They said it's epic hike, but the challenge though is that somehow you have to scramble down this. You don't go to the other side of it. You go down this. That, you know, there's not like a completely danger-free solution. I mean, anytime you're hiking anywhere around here, we're just kind of working our way down this, you know, into the canyon right here. So you got these switchbacks just carved into the mountain right here. So we work our way down. Oh yeah, you can see the trail. And there's a little trail down there. You can kind of see it. The rocks are very different in this canyon too. We haven't really encountered rocks like this yet. Very slabbish. Like that. Kind of cool. Slippery, you gotta be careful. Yeah, it's cold. We're at the valley floor. We're just kind of walking uphill right now. We should, at some point, I would think. Are we gonna turn right, or are we gonna go straight?
What?
Are we going up this way?
Yeah, but we'll zigzag around.
We are, okay. I thought we were gonna be to the right going downhill more.
We cross a bridge here first.
Well, another bridge.
Taft Bridge.
Oh, okay. Man, this is the day of the bridges. Okay. This is kind of the initial valley floor. Yeah, you can really tell it's the valley floor. It's chilly here. Of course, wet feet doesn't, you know, make it feel any warmer. So we're coming up to the bridge. This one's fully intact. So this is going to put us completely on the left side of all the rivers. This one, Evolution Creek one, and anything else. Like there's this river coming down straight from the mountain in front of us here. Woo. So we have this river. We think this is one of the San Joaquin rivers. Look at the walls on this canyon. That's crossable. But yeah, here we go. Florence Lake. Wow. Oh, Goddard Canyon. Evolution Valley, it says. 2.0. Well, that's kind of key. Evolution Valley 2.0. I'll take a picture of that. There's a book called Evo 2.0. We are in an aspen forest. Aspen trees everywhere. Getting whacked in the head by aspens. Oh, got another river crossing here. All right, so we're in another valley floor here. It's pretty calm, really cool. So we should be coming to that bridge here pretty soon. Honestly, what I'm most concerned about right now is the Forest Service hasn't like disabled the bridge. We heard that they're gonna kind of destroy it, but nobody knows when. And for us, that would be a problem because we don't have a bunch of food. So that's really what's on my mind right now. I'm sure it's not gonna be a problem, but you know, that's some of the stuff you factor in. Okay, we're coming up to said bridge. The stream is a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. I don't see what the big deal is right now. So, there it is. It's still there. All right. So you either cross that somehow, which I think, you know, that's a lot smaller river than I thought. There's the river. Here's what's downstream. That's it. All right, well, we got to put together what everybody's told us to do. Wow.
Were people climbing on the top then?
I think they wanted the railing just to be, you want to be on the other side of that. Yeah, so you're leaning forward, and then you step over it. Yeah, so we're going to be on this side of it, so we're leaning in towards the bridge, and you have to step over each of those pieces, and you have your footing, you have the middle bar. Yeah, other people have gone the other way, but in the middle, you're like, no. Yeah, and there's nothing to hang on to there. All right, so we're going to do it. So this is going to be it for the camera thing until we're on the other side. This is not that bad, you just have to focus. What were you saying?
I was a little tricky in the middle because since it was bent, you had to like be like this.
Oh yeah, we were leaning over pretty far.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, guys, luckily everything's shut.
Yeah, everything's gotta be shut.
But
so it was pretty scary.
Yeah, I just focused on the handhold to hold down. It did feel like you could feel it move a little bit.
Oh really? I couldn't feel it move.
In the middle.
Oh, it felt pretty good to me.
I couldn't tell if that was just, you know.
You can smell the iron smell on your hand, so. Yeah, that's pretty cold. That's pretty gnarly looking. So that's the 2023 river crossing, San Joaquin Bridge. That's officially closed. But we did it, and pretty stoked. I am surprised at how low the water is though. I was literally expecting on the other side, like if you fell.
Cover at least that rock right there, big one.
Yeah, that, you know, you could see, if you fell, you could, I'll show you. So there is an extra strategy. Yeah, if you fell in, you just kind of float here, and then it does smooth, and you could get out. But below the bridge is pretty shallow, though. There is some rocks.
What I was more concerned about is the bridge collapsing while I'm on it, and then you're just stuck with the debris.
Yeah, that would be bad. But that's not, that's not gonna happen. If we had to, if it was any sketchier than this, whatever that means, I think up above here, I think we could have crossed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I think the river's not as gnarly, not even close to what it was when people were really freaking out. Okay, so with that, it's on to
MTR.
I want to say Muir Trail Ranch, and then possibly a vacation day at VVR, but we got to just figure out where we're at on that.
A vacation from our vacation?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, major milestone accomplished. We did our check-in. We got a GPS pretty darn quick. So it's on to the trail, on to MTR. This is about 6 miles, he said? A little less than 6, so even at 2 miles an hour, which unless there's, avalanches and things like that, river crossings, then we should be able to make 2 miles an hour, which would put us in there before lunch, which would be perfect. You have another train coming up. This is all snowfield. A nice trail right here, right next to the road. And the sunshine is warming up. Feeling pretty good now. So we are surrounded by juniper trees, and they are loaded with berries. Some of them are green, like this tree right here. They're really green. If I get closer, and my bare feet here on these rocks. Oh, see, those are pretty good. Look at them all, just tons of them. Well, Gabrielle, they're still pretty green. Those look a little better over where she's at. She's actually picking some berries. And bring some home, and I'm sure we're gonna have some High Sierra gin when we get back home. Finished our breakfast, and we have a few miles to get to MTR. About 8,500 feet, but still there's a lot of snow around certain areas. This goes up to Snowfield, which is a waterfall right there. But still amazing how much snow there is. Still lots of water. Woo! Another environmental change. We are deep in a forest. Had a massive, tree down thing we just passed. Had to be pretty years ago. It was all cleaned up and cut up, and there were a lot of logs that they cut, moved, and stacked, stuff like that. It's kind of a neat little area right here. I'm coming up into the junipers and the aspens. It's really pretty. I still prefer the wide open plains up high, but this sure is nice. Whew. We're on the trail here, and there's it's just carnage, all over right here. I think what happened, I think the river got so high, it splashed out over here. I mean, it just looks like this was just, what it looks like, all muddy, dried and everything. So can you imagine that river overflowing here? That would be, oh my God, giant aspen tree. My head, yeah. What? Wow, that would be crazy. That's a lot of water. The river's still below us. We're kind of going into this whole different looking kind of mountains. Woo. That's amazing. Oh, wow. It's like way up above us. I guess you could go down to Roxville somewhere. There's the river. Gabrielle is way in front of me in the trail now. So we have about 3.5 miles, Gabrielle said. And we do get a little bit of a look into the higher country around us. Don't know what's up there. That's not the direction we're going. Nice to be able to see up high over the trees though. Coming up on another bridge, kind of similar, actually very similar to what we were going over before, except it's not twisted metal.
So we're in the Sierra National Forest.
Sierra National Forest. Okay.
We were in Kings Canyon.
Oh, wow. That's quite a difference. Yeah, I'm at the Crafts. So that was a while ago, same poster.
Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. Now this is a little gnarlier. Yeah. This is what I was thinking the other would look like. You didn't get to fill in. Look at that. That would be harsh. That would be hard. Yeah. Whew. There we go. What's happening in this area? Here's a trail that goes to, probably you can see that in the shadow, but it says Paiute Pass and Pine Creek Pass that way. And we're headed toward Florence Lake and Selden Pass, which we are going to go over Selden Pass. And then Kings Canyon National Park, that's right where we were. All right, this is quite a significant intersection right here. Right? Right on! Huh. It's a big tree, G. Look at this thing. Wow. Yeah, they got some big trees right around here. Yeah.
Right there.
The what?
The wedge.
What wedge?
So that piece right there. So when they cut
Oh.
they cut this section first.
Oh, I couldn't even see that.
In the direction they wanted to.
Now you can kind of see the wedge cut. Yeah, there's some big ass trees, man.
Yeah.
Whew. Wow. Well, that's appreciate. Oh yeah, there's some more wedges. Appreciate the trail maintenance on that one.
Yeah,
That'd be a tough one to climb over.
You better be very good at the chainsaw.
You get it stuck in a tree.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting close to MTR. We took the cutoff. Is it how far is the cutoff? 1.5 miles? Okay, yeah, 1.3 miles. We just left the main trail. So we're gonna get our resupply there, spend the night, and figure out what we're gonna do next. Terrain, man, it is like stinking hot right now. And we're like around 8,000 feet. So we dropped quite a bit today. And I get there. It was like a dry pine forest kind of a thing. It's been a nice hike, just about all downhill. So that's been really, really good. But I'm looking forward to taking the pack off. I don't know, showers, whatever, just clean it off a little bit, relaxing. It's gonna be nice. So it's a little bit further and we'll be there. Well, we're finally arriving. So see what it's all about. Interesting. Dang. All right, so we are at the Muir Trail Ranch. And, you know, if you have an idea of like a glamping and, you know, kicking back and relaxing, this is not the place. Okay, no. See that shed right there? You ring a bell, literally, which is really cool, loud bell. You heard I had that when I was videoing. And a couple people come and they help you out. And you can buy like fuel canisters, like we bought.
A small one.
So how much was that small one? Was it 12 bucks? $12 for this. Okay, that's about 3 times what you pay at REI. I understand a double, okay? A triple? I don't really understand that. And so there's no hiker boxes. That's what they do, is that if you need some type of food, you need something, they'll put together food based on all the stuff that other people left, and then they will put it together. And I don't know if they charge you or not, but they said they do that because they don't want to leave everything open and just have people grab what they want.
It's like, well,
that's what it's all about. So this is kind of a weird place, and we'll talk about it more later. And I said, okay, hey, like, where do the hikers, camp? And they're like, oh, it's about 1.5 miles up. I'm like, and I'm thinking, that's off of your property. And there's no...
We already passed it.
We already passed it. We're like, this place is only good for is to pick up a resupply and to charge. So we're charging everything. So we are definitely headed to VVR for some true glamping. And so we can give Katrina a call.
And shower.
Yeah, we're talking showers, restaurant, actual food. So but that's the good news. The bad news is we're like at 7,000 something feet.
76, and where we're camping is going to be at
it's like 10,000 feet.
10,000.
This literally brings tears to my eyes. We thought we were done for the day.
We got 5 more miles of straight up hill.
Of hell. But there'll be no mosquitoes. Probably nice and cool up there. It's stinking hot here. So we're gonna hang out here for a while, and then a little nap, and then we got to make sure we try and get there by 5. Try and get there by 6. It should be gorgeous if we make it to this lake. It should be gorgeous. So anyway, but all this food, what we're eating here, this is from our buddy Chris from Atlanta. Where's the box? Oh, I gotta tell you, this is like all this. This is beef jerky. This is granola. This is like so epic. Chris, you rock, man. Man, we got this whole bucket full of food right here. We got dinners. That's just bars galore.
The only thing we're missing is coffee.
Yeah, Chris, what's up? There's no coffee, man. We're going to go like 2 days with no... Actually, we might be able to buy some coffee for them. Probably cost $5 for a little packet of instant or something. But that would be worth it, though. So, interestingly enough, though, they did take a credit card, which means they do have internet here. So, it is around, but just not for us. Okay.
For lowly hikers.
Yeah. So we'll have more to say about Chris's food selections and meals as we go throughout the next couple of days, because... That's what we're going to be eating. Thanks, Chris. You're awesome. Okay, it is just after 2 o'clock. We resupplied. Thank you, Chris, very much. And now we're ready for a 5-mile, 2,500-foot death march in the heat of the day. That'll get us up to a beautiful lake and within 2 miles of Selden Pass, which is tomorrow. That should allow us then to get really close to the VVR ferry on Lake Edison, to then the next morning go into VVR, resupply. I'm sure spend the night there and relax. The first beer is free, they say. Shower, internet. They got it all, man. Cafe, actual real food. So we're looking forward to that. So yeah, we're not looking forward to this. But I have some of this super green, gross looking powder I put in my liter bottle, thanks to Chris. I did take a test drink. Makes me feel like I'm drinking something really amazing. That's how good it is. Thanks, Chris. So we've been hiking for about an hour now. I don't know what Chris put in that green stuff, man, but I feel great. And I haven't stopped once. Man. I think it's because there's non-interrupted rhythm in hiking. That's what it is. Yeah. How are you feeling?
Just to check to make sure we're on the right trail, and then the back of my throat was getting
dry. You want to stop here?
Just for a second, someone coming.
Oh, okay. All right. Woo! You're on film. Where are you coming from? Yosemite?
Mammoth.
All right.
Nice.
All the way?
No, just a Bishop.
All right.
Nice.
Keep going.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right.
Did you look over there yet?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I didn't stop once, even though the train was changing, because I just didn't want to break the rhythm. Ah, there's G. We are kicking some serious butt. I don't know where we were down there, but we were down there. We are now getting up there. Getting up where we need to be. I don't think we're even halfway here yet, though. Woo! So it's about 3:45. Whoa, a lot of flies around here. I'm at kind of a flat area, so I'm going to stop and wait for G. I don't know what those electrolytes were, man, but I'm just like flying, and I feel great. I should be in intense pain right now, so I feel good. Anyways, I don't really want to stop because there's like big flies too. But anyways, I don't want to get too far ahead of G though. Plus, I'll probably enjoy killing a few of those big sucking flies. Anyways, yeah, so I'm in a flat area. I think I'm up at the first ridge line here, which is fantastic. So, man, maybe my hiker legs are starting to come in here, but I feel good. You can obviously tell I'm pretty pumped up. Woo! Waiting for G here. All right, well, we're getting up there. It's kind of flat now, but I'm in a meadow. Got to cross that. And then we will get to the lake, and that's the trail with the water on it. Mosquito infested for sure. Gabrielle's back there just a little ways, but it's quite an exceptional day. We're kind of hiking with at least two other couples that we've kind of been flip-flopping with, and we met a couple guys earlier that always seem to depart as soon as we met up. So we got to meet them for the first time, so it's actually kind of fun. Getting really close now. We've gotten out of mosquito and fly hell. Trudging through water, all that. It's kind of drying up a little bit now. And I suspect the lake is right over here. Gabrielle's right behind me. There she is checking the map. We're close, right, G? We're like right on it. What? Half a mile. All right. Well, good. This will dry it out, so less bugs. We're getting close, so should be an epic looking lake, I think. Super quiet. We're at the lake, and there are a lot of skeeters here. Woo! All right, where do we go, G? There's a lot of skeeters. Well, we found our campsite. We're gonna get our two tents here. I think we're gonna go jump in first, and then put our rain stuff on, kind of protect us, because there's mosquitoes all over here. So we're gonna do that. Got the Garmin right there in the rock. We're checking in. Everybody knows everything is good. So there's two lakes here. There's one on our left. So I'll probably go to that one, and I think it might even be closer than the other. We're kind of on the ridge between the two. So, all right, done killing mosquitoes for the moment. All right, so we got all cleaned up in the lake. I jumped in with my clothes on. Is that what you do too, G?
What?
You just jump in with your dirty clothes?
Yeah, I wasn't going to, and then I'm like, wait, I can kill two birds with one
That's
stone.
the easiest way to clean. Then you just scrub, and then you use the clothes as your washcloth. It's multi-purpose.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So what I'm amazed here is all the geometric lines of the lines, what are they called? The tent guidelines or whatever. Those are kind of cool. So when we walk around it like this, we try, of course, don't want to kick these. But they're actually set up pretty good. Now we're just putting all of our night stuff inside of it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now the tent floor looks like it's off the ground. That's okay, because there's nothing in there yet. That's called the bathtub. There can be flowing water underneath that. It's not a problem. So what we're looking at here is, we're about ready to do our dinner. This is the most expensive fuel canister you'll ever find anywhere. $12.50 or something like that. Man, the power must be incredible. I don't think so. No. All right, dinner time. We have Chris's beef stroganoff. It's super tasty. Gabrielle had some extra mashed potatoes. We put that in there. What else you got, G?
I think it's like some sort of like fettuccine Alfredo, like Coors side.
Let's see what that looks like.
It's pretty watery. I can't,
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, okay. Anyways,
there we go.
And then it's weird though because some of the noodles are like disintegrated. I think this is, remember when you tried to cold soak this once?
Yeah.
And the noodles just like became
turned into like mashed potatoes, pretty much. That was kind of gross.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Tastes good, but
yeah, I'm loving these. Well, thank Chris. This is super tasty. And we were just commenting how truly stylish we both look right now.
I have my puffy jacket over my rain jacket.
Where's the lens at? That's up there.
Yeah, it's over there.
Okay. All right. So, let's do the stats first. Well, last night, in case we deleted that video because it was really weird and creepy, I was so tired when we did it. So we both did like 30,000 steps yesterday and 3,000 calories pretty much. So that was pretty good. How many miles did we do yesterday? Was it 16 or 29 or something?
No. Yesterday was around like 14 or something. If we had gone to where I was originally going to have a camp, it would have been 16.
Okay. Oh, yeah, but that was insane. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, so the first thing, we camped on a big rock slab, and then the first big deal. There's 3 big deals there. The first one was the bridge.
The bridge.
And we did really good on that. We were surprised. Yeah. And it was actually, it didn't seem unsafe. You know, clearly it's not as safe as a bridge.
It didn't seem unsafe, but it also didn't seem safe.
Yeah, like you couldn't, in other words, it's like not having guardrails on a road. You know, you don't have to have them, except for the idiots who then go, boom, fly off, or this thing, see how fast I can go around the corner without sliding off and dying. It's that kind of thing. So, but we did, but most people said they're actually going to destroy it any day now.
Yeah,
we're thinking, okay, how are they going to do? You're going to blow it up? Well, then how would you build a new one? And you know, like loosen the bolts? They're probably rusted on there. I don't know. I'd be really interested how they're going to do that.
They're gonna do it. Yeah, because they have like the rocks like built up so that obviously it could sustain. I guess it depends on what type of bridge they're planning on replacing it with.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I know. I mean, if they want to have pack animals go across, which I think they probably do, you can't have just a suspension bridge. But the Woods Bridge is a suspension, and that's considered PCT. So I don't know how they figured that out.
It's weird because, the entire PCT is supposed to be able to have horses on it.
Yeah. So, all right. So that was good. We both felt a lot better after that. I was jumping up and down. Yay! Yeah. Giving G a big hug.
Yeah, we had a nice big long hug after that. We're alive.
We're alive. Yeah.
Made it.
So it was good. So we got, and then we just, we kept hiking down to the Muir Trail Ranch, known as affectionately known as MTR, and that was highly, what's the word?
That it did not meet expectations.
It did not. It would check the box below expectations.
Yeah, basically that place is just to pick up a bucket and
recharge.
And that's about it.
Which was, I'm really thankful for the recharge and that they did do buckets for people. Because if you didn't do the bucket, like we would have had to carry a good 6.5 days or something. I don't know how we would have.
Or we would have had to have done 6 days, and I would have had to push the miles a little bit.
Yeah, so that was actually really thankful Chris sent that bucket and then canceled. Thank you, Chris. We showed some of the food. We just, and Chris, you don't know this probably, but the stuff that we, that we just didn't want to carry, I didn't want particularly. There were like 6 other hikers there, and they just, like one guy just loved. Oh God. from Canton, a couple Canadians from Winnipeg.
Yeah,
They're like, mustard.
Yeah.
They grabbed like all your mustard and stuff. It was mosquitoes everywhere here. So people were actually really loving it. We had, was it the PCT? No, the PCT couple wasn't there.
They were all JMT people.
All JMT. They took almost everything. Bars. We didn't want all the bars. And so they were like, really? Oh, like, yeah, take it.
Yeah, and then some of the electrolyte stuff.
Oh, yeah. So I wish I would have grabbed all that now. But that's a whole nother story. What was, but the bad part, G.
Yeah, it was weird. The whole place looked run down. You had these wooden benches. Everything was made out of wood, fine. Yeah. But every piece of wood was like bowed, like it was about to fall apart. There was no restroom.
Yeah, no restroom.
So, but there's people around everywhere. So you somehow have to find a secluded spot to go to the bathroom.
Which was really
They let you charge things, which was fantastic. And they had like filtered and non-filtered water.
Oh, yeah.
Washing your hands.
They did. So you could wash your hands.
All of that. And, they had like a tent or whatever, so you could...
Yep, so we got some shade. We had shade, which was very nice.
But really, the place is just get your bucket and charge your stuff and get out of here.
Yeah, there were a couple of really telling things. I said, hey, where's your hiker box? We heard you guys got, a ton of stuff. And she's like, well, no, well,
yes,
just tell us, if you need something, and we'll go look through the buckets for you. And I'm like, you don't have it out here? And she's like, well, no, because everybody just grabs all the stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, exactly, that's what they're there for. And
free that somebody else gave up.
Yeah, and no hiker is just going to like hoard food because they got to carry it. They just don't understand what hikers are thinking about. Yeah. And so that was the one tell that was just like, they just don't get it. And the other is, hey, you guys have a place to like camp around here? And she's like, oh yeah, it's like a mile and a half, back off, a mile and a half down the trail. And I'm thinking, that's the cutoff to your place, which means you're saying, get off the property. And I'm like, oh man, these guys.
But it's weird. I don't know if they just changed things, because the far out comment saying, oh, you could stay there.
Yeah.
And there's because they have hot springs there too.
They
don't want you.
Which you have to walk through there.
Somebody said the lady told them that it was closed.
Yeah, if she right there at the door, she said that.
I'm like, hot springs never close because it's nature.
It's a hot spring. Anyways, so that place was, in summary, was really lame. So we, all of us left around the same time, and me and G were like the first ones. And we met those two other guys. I mentioned that before. And so we started up the trail. So Craig takes the lead, man. It's burning hot, right? I'm sweating already. And I get both my poles out. So I do this. I'll have to get a video of me hiking. When I saw this kid cruising across the snow, his arms were out wide and in front of him with his trekking poles. It looked really awkward, but he was flying. And I'm like, wow. So I said, I'm going to try that. So I lengthened my poles and I would stick my arms out like a freaking weirdo, man. And it expands your chest and you get like maximum oxygen and you can totally tell the difference. It forces you to stand up and you're like, oh, you just breathe. Oh, man. And then, so I felt, usually when you start hiking uphill, it's okay for the first few steps. And it's like, oh, man, it really hits you. It like didn't hit me. Okay, so it could be that.
Or the 2 packets of electrolytes,
which had a ton of
a bunch of like B and C vitamins and stuff.
Is it B12 or something? You said?
Yeah, vitamin B12 and B6.
Yeah, so I had a double. I drank a liter of, which contained 2 packets of this stuff, which is really not made for a liter. It's made for like less than that. Yeah. So I drank that before we went, and then I had in my water bottle this
green juice.
This green juice
powder.
stuff that Chris. Yeah, thank you, Chris, for both of it was the blueberry stuff and that green juice. And that, what does the green juice have in it? It's got like wheatgrass and stuff like that. All sorts of stuff. It looked gnarly, so I figured it was going to be really good for me. So I had that, and I was like passing like PCT people. I was just cranking up this insane, basically uphill.
I was not cranking. I was doing better than I normally do.
Yeah, G was like right by me, man.
Until I kept getting attacked in the face by flies. I had a hyperventilation moment because I felt claustrophobic because they kept flying into my eyes and my face. So I put my net on, and then it wasn't a problem anymore.
Yeah.
But
So anytime I saw you below me, I'm like, whoa! Yeah. I had so much energy. I seriously felt like somebody drugged something and maybe this gave me this superpower. It was nothing I've ever experienced before.
I mean, considering it was afternoon and uphill, we went way faster than we've done anything.
It didn't hurt. It didn't actually hurt. It was actually the endorphins were I was so stoked. Does that makes no sense compared to when we...
Basically, you were high on B vitamins.
I must have been, and I'm going to buy a lot more of those for the afternoon because that's the way I like to hike. I was just stoked on life. I was like, I was moving so fast. I hardly took any video because I didn't want to stop the rhythm of the hike. Oh, that's the other thing why it was so cool. There was hardly anything to stop the rhythm of the hike. There wasn't snowfields. There wasn't avalanches. There were some steps.
There was a couple of seconds or sections where it was just like big river rock kind of areas that you had to step up. But there wasn't very many.
But when I had my hands out like a freak and hiking, it doesn't. You don't feel the big step ups as much. I noticed. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that. I get a little excited about that. Hey, when you can hike and you're feeling the endorphins and you're going. It's a pretty cool thing to have happen. It's like you're in the zone, but you realize that other people that are hiking are just suffering, and you're like, oh man, this is great. It's so messed up, and I love it. Anyways, so and then we got here, and there's just tons of mosquitoes and stuff here. It's pretty beautiful. But how far away are we from the?
We're only 1.7 away from the pass.
Yeah, and how many feet? 700 feet or something?
700, probably 750 or something.
Yeah.
It's very, very short. So.
And we don't know if there's snow or not. They said 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, there was snow on both sides. My guess is there will at least be, from what we can tell looking, it doesn't look like it. There's
actually just snow right by us over here, a pile of it. And above us, there's some snow on the ridges. So
it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of snow on this side, but
no, it's not gonna be
there's always twice as much snow on the other side.
Yeah, the north face.
So we just expect to have snow and then be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. And so our goal now, we're gonna we want to get as close to Lake Edison, which is the VVR Vermilion Valley Resort. It's all these acronyms. Which I've gone through multiple times. They have a ferry. It was at 9 o'clock and 4, right?
So I think that's on the other side. So for our side, I think it's 9:45.
Okay.
Is the pickup from the dock. Obviously, I'll double check before we get up in the morning or whatever. But our goal is to basically, get as far as we can. We know that there's camping at the cutoff, which means we just have 1.3 miles till the ferry in the morning. And if the ferry's picking us up at 9:45, you basically just sleep in and hang out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great day. And so you can camp there for free. They have a cafe. The first beer is free, and it's just they have a campfire at night. It says coffee, but in the mornings, like on a fire. I'm like, come on, man. So I remember my dad wanted to take my mom there. I don't know if they ever did, but because it was pretty cool. So, but they also have these tents. So I'm thinking, man, I wonder how much those are. That would be pretty nice to have
they're probably
a canvas tent.
Big canvas
like a yurt tent.
with a cot in it or something like that.
I don't know if a cot would be better than sleeping on the ground, actually. Anyways, we're gonna check that out. I don't want to do the hostel motel thing.
I don't care. I'm not a big hostel person.
And that's just there's I want some space. Anyway, so we're pretty stoked about that. I think we might actually just stay there an entire day.
We're gonna stay there an entire day.
Yeah, seriously, this is a super big deal place for people doing through hikes because they have a great reputation, a great vibe. And you can they got
Hikers
a great
are all about
resupply.
The vibes,
Yeah, I mean, everybody stinks.
And
oh yeah, and you can we get our laundry
and shower. I need a
hot
shower.
Oh.
My hair desperately needs
it
a
does.
shower.
Everyone's hair is super nasty looking.
Luckily, I'm wearing a hat and a buff over my head pretty much all day.
I'm surprised you have a big oily mess on your, like, sleeping, you know, on your
Really?
pillow. You know, I can say that because I don't have any hair. So I don't have to worry.
That's because literally the only lake was today that we were able to actually jump in.
Yeah, we actually did jump in with our clothes on. That's how we get our clothes clean.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, it's not pretty, which is why I keep the hat on.
Yeah. So that we had it was obviously it was a very, very good day. I think a lot of it's just the emotional release of having, you know, done the bridge thing.
Yeah.
And that really there's nothing that we know of that's harder to do than that we haven't already done.
Yeah.
So no, we've done the highest pass, the longest snow, you know, sloggies and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So we're pretty stoked because this
biggest
is a
river crossing.
Yeah, biggest river crossing. He's done all of that. There's going to be others.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to be annoying is, like, I think this half will have clearly more mosquitoes.
Yeah, we're already getting. We were really fortunate. My glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty proud of ourselves of how well we're doing.
We already completed it.
Yeah,
everything else
we kicked the butt of this trail, and one of the most gnarliest years on record. I feel really good. Hey, you know, 60 years old, man. I'm stoked. Yeah, Gabrielle and I are we're doing great and having a great time. We're meeting some really interesting people too, which is always a lot of fun. Yeah. So, all right. So that's it for tonight, and see tomorrow.
We didn't do our stats.
Oh. Hold on, we gotta do our stats.
All right, I'm at 32,400 steps.
I'm at 26,000. Now I trekking poled up the heat.
So did I.
With both trekking poles?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Did you?
Did.
Oh, okay, all right.
Except for when I was being attacked by flies and then I was swinging my arms around.
I thought I looked weird. Okay, all right, but usually you get ripped off on your stats when you use trekking poles.
Yes.
And calories, I had 3,200.
I have 3,100. That's
yeah.
Shocking.
Usually we're pretty close on the calories, though. This is the steps. They're different, so. Yeah, so tomorrow ought to be, once you get over the pass, it's pretty much downhill, right?
Well, we have downhill, and then there's one, like, little hump that's, like, 600 feet in a couple miles or something. And then you go back down to, 8,000 feet.
Yeah, we were super low. Were we at 7,000 something today?
7,600.
Yeah, so we had it was hot. Well, you know the whole story, man. Once you get close to 8,000, it just gets hot this time of year. It's not comfortable.
Which is weird to say considering we live at sea level, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's it for tonight. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Day 12, Evolution Creek to MTR to Sally Keys Lakes. Woke up at 5 a.m. today and it was so cold. I wore my fleece and rain jacket and gloves the whole morning till breakfast. We had to cross Evolution Creek too, which was wide but not too fast moving, but it did go up to the edges of my shorts. Then it was about getting down to the bridge we knew would be a challenge. It's been a worry the whole trip. There were different reroutes, but they all either added miles or hours of bushwhacking, and it would miss big sections of the trail. We asked most hikers coming southbound what they did, and most said that they did the bridge. But still, we didn't know till we got there. It was warped to one side, so you had to climb under the railing to essentially hold on to the outside railing, which your feet were then on the bottom bar. We had a long hug after we both crossed. The last unknown big piece of the trip. It was such a load off. We then made our way through the valley to MTR. That was a bit of a disappointment. The plan was to get Chris's bucket there and to get anything else from the hiker buckets. Camp there and then have a relaxing afternoon since we got there at 11:45. Well, we got our bucket, but the only thing they gave you for stuff from the hiker bucket was if you asked for it specifically, and they didn't want you to camp there, but 1.5 miles up the trail that we already went down. Chris's resupply was awesome though, good food and different food than we've been having. A real blessing to have. We then made the plan to hike 5 miles up to Sally Keys Lakes right before Selden Pass. Then we could get really close to VBR the next day, where we would basically zero and have a shower and meal and relaxation. The hike up to the lakes was from 7,600 to 10,200. But it was surprisingly a good climb, especially for Dad. He was cruising. I only had one rough part because these flies kept hovering all around my head and flying into my eyes. I put my bug net on and was fine after that. We made it to the lakes a bit after 5. So good since we did 14 miles and took a 2-hour break at MTR. We felt so accomplished, plus we got to jump into one of the lakes. First time on the hike for me since they've been so cold. Mosquitoes were bad in camp, but we put our pants and jackets on and were pretty good. Quite a full day with some big accomplishments and surprises.